Welcome, brothers and sisters, and welcome once again to the Self-Improvement Basis for Community Development Talk Show. I'm your weekly host, Brother James Muhammad. I'm honored to have on the show this afternoon the women of the Nation of Islam, MGT GCC from Memphis, Tennessee. Good afternoon, sisters.
Good afternoon.
First of all, we have Sister Captain Stephanie, who's in charge of the training of the women in Muhammad Mosque number 55 here in Memphis, Tennessee. Today, we're also going to talk about an event that's coming up on April the 18th, where the Honorable Mensalist Farrakhan will be speaking to our sisters. Now, for those who are not quite familiar with the Nation of Islam and the sisters in the nation, what is the meaning of MGT and GCC?
Brother James, thank you so much for inviting us to be on the show today. The meaning of MGT and GCC is Muslim Girls Training and Civilization Class. This was a class that was set up by Master Farad Muhammad, and in turn, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Mrs. Farrakhan. This class is every Saturday morning, and it's for sisters only. And in that class, we are taught the principles of being women of God. This class is just for women. Like I say, I want to stress that. Just for us, that we can come in our dressing room and learn how to be the women of God. So that's the biggest part of the class, to teach us how to be women who belong to God.
Oh, praise due to Allah. Thank you, sister. Now, Muslim girl training. Why the word girl? Why is it called Muslim girl training or GCC class?
Yes, sir. As women, you see an adult woman that knows, and in our mindset, you know everything. As a girl, to me, and my understanding of this, you are open to receive. As a child, you receive more. So in this class, we are women. Myself, I am a woman, say my age, but we are women, but as girls, in the knowledge of God and ourselves, that's who we are. So we come in as girls to learn a new way. We've been taught many years a way of that as other than ourselves. So now we're being taught a way that we're coming back to God. So we're girls in that new way. But we are still women. But in opening and welcoming God and His what He's given to us, that makes us girls.
Okay, now I'm surrounded by the beautiful women of the Nation of Islam, and we have young, we have, I won't say old, but mature women. Introduce some of our sisters, and what does the blue uniform represent also?
Yes, sir. We have our Sister Khadijah, Sister Asia, Sister America, and also we have Sister Mingala, Sister Donna. The sisters that are in the blue and you see in the vanguard, this is a special class for the women and girls ages 16 to 35. This is special training for women that are childbearing age, and also it's a military training in the structure of discipline. In our 7 units of how to keep house, rearing our children, how to cook, all of those things are a big component with this class, but it's geared towards a certain age group. So you will see them with these hats. This is the military training of the women that follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam.
Okay. Now, okay, there's a class for women, there's a class for men. Why did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad set up 2 separate classes, and how do we benefit in the separate classes?
Yes, sir. The classes, because we are different. I am not a man, you are not a woman. Our makeup is different, God made us different. So the classes have to be separate and different so that we can go into the specialties of each person. The individual, first of all, and then male and female. So if Donna can give some more on that, but so forth is our training. And it goes back to how we were taught over 300 or more years of physical slavery, and you have the mental slavery after that. We have to learn how to be a male, a woman, and a male, a man, and a female, a woman, that we were not taught during slavery. So these classes teach the black man how to be a man, how to be a provider, a maintainer for his woman. And it teaches the woman how to be a helpmeet for that man. Not that we stand behind our man, not in front of our man, but we're beside our man. So these classes are set up like that so we both can learn how to be ourselves All right.
Thank you.
And Donna, you have any more?
I think that you summed it up beautifully in that it does take a man to raise a man and a woman to raise a woman. And unfortunately in society, roles have become reversed. And in that reversal of roles where the woman has been found to have to take the position of a man, and by that I mean there are so many single female-headed households. And not that there's not any male single heads of household, but when you have to do that, that means you're being the mother, the father, you're everything. You really don't even have the opportunity to become the woman that you need to be because you have to be the man and the woman. So with our classes, it gives us an opportunity to separate off, to go into what it is truly to be a woman from God's perspective. The Holy Quran says the male is not like the female. So there is a special training given to the woman. There is a special training given to the man. In the Holy Quran, in the scriptures, which is the book of the Muslims, Mary was taken away to a special place. She was screened from men. She was told, screen myself from men. You know, and even when a man in a well-made form, you know, in modern terms, that's, you know, a good-looking man, a good brother walked up to Mary and was like, I'm sent from God. And, you know, just to put it in daily terms, Mary was like, hold up, back up. I don't care who sent you. I don't know who you are. She knew that she was in a certain environment to produce a certain thing because she had been reared up a certain way. So she had to go off herself, where she received a special training. Well, she's representative of all of us. We have to receive a special training so we can come back into the power of the feminine. It's been made to look weak. It's been made to be too masculine. It's been made anything other than what it is supposed to be.
Now I'm looking at the youth with you all. My sister, what's your age, sister? 16. 16, what's your age, sister? 20. What's your age, sister?
31.
31. Well, the reason why I asked that is because when you look at social media, you look at TV, and you look at the news, the condition of the young black female is a terrible condition. And I think the root is due to the lack of a man of God. So when the sisters come into the class, what are some of the things they are taught in the class to change the condition of our women?
You're taught, first, like you're saying, God, learning yourself through God, through the 7 years. The cooking, it's just not going in the kitchen, throwing pots around. It's a science to that, brother. You're taught the right foods to eat, how to prepare the foods. And then with the cooking, you have different ingredients that you put together. And in your life, that's how it works. In your life, when you're out here and as a youth, you got to know what things to look for in life. A friend might not be the right ingredient, for you, that type of person, and their behavior might not be the right ingredient
Peer
for
pressure.
you. Yes. So when we're cooking, all these things, it's on a physical level, but it goes on a spiritual and mental level. Sewing, for example, we sew on a machine, we hand sew, but we have patterns that we sew from. You cut out the pattern that you're making a garment to, you put the fabric on it, and you cut out the pattern. So in that sewing, the physical sewing, we want to take it on a spiritual level. What instructions did God give us to cut out our pattern of our lives, the pattern that He give us to cut out? So that's being taught. What type of woman does God want us to be? Does He want us to be a boisterous woman? Does He want us to be a loose woman? So we have a pattern. That pattern don't say a loose woman or a boisterous woman or a woman that's out in the world. We teaching the woman we have a place, but we have a life. I'll put it like that. So that pattern is one of the things that we go over. Then you got the other units, how to act at home and abroad. Like you said, social media, we're out front now. You see everything. As soon as it happens, bam, it's there. So we have to know how to act at home and abroad. We have to know that when we're out in public, how to conduct ourselves, how to sit properly, how to speak properly. We want to represent the best in society, with the best of civilized society. So we're taught that. We're taught how to take care of our husbands, not somebody else's husband,
That's
but
right.
our husband. That belongs to you and you only. We're taught that the importance of keeping our, taking care of our men and making sure that we are a helpmeet to him in the responsibilities of the home and the children, and making sure he's clear of mind of the frustrations of this world, because it's hard out here for the black man. It's hard out here, and we want to be heaven for him when he comes home. So that's some of the units, and it's just so wonderful, brother. And I want to thank you again for having us here. Donna and Mike can speak some more of the sisters of what we're offered. It's so much in that little time.
I think Sister Stephanie summed it up very beautiful in that it's both a physical and a spiritual experience. And on top of that, there's fellowship. Among a sisterhood is developed. Unfortunately, there's been a breakdown of that. And it's by design. But as Sister Stephanie said, we see everything on media. And now it's even popular to put it on. There are people who are posting their own beat up so they can attain instant celebrity status. But women are beating women down. We're looking at each other as the enemy. Somebody did that to us. So when you come into this place, it's like a sanctuary. It's where women gather together and we can be ourselves. We don't have to take on anything else or any other roles that are not us. But we have to come together because the society is measured by its women. And we don't want the annals of history down the time to see us as just savage women that just beat each other down and posted it on Facebook. We've got to develop love for one another.
Thank you. For those who are just now tuning in, I'm Brother James Muhammad with the Self-Improvement Basis for Community Development Talk Show. And we have sitting with us today the mighty MGT of the Nation of Islam. I'm so honored to have you on. Now, sister, you were speaking on sewing. So I have to talk about the beautiful garments.
Yes,
because people want to know, why is it so important for the woman to cover herself properly? Because when you look at all the reality shows and the foolishness that they show on TV and how they portray the black woman, and now the young women out there are eating all this up, you know. So you watch you watch a real divas, a reality show, and then you look on Facebook, someone's acting like someone in a reality show. And it has a terrible effect on our community. Why the garments, why did Elijah Muhammad cover our women? Why is it so important for the women to be covered?
It's a protection for us. Women, I was speaking to someone and I was saying, how were the women with Jesus dressed? You know, we didn't always dress like this, Brother James. I can say didn't always dress like this. And I thank someone for coming and giving me a word. And I listened and I was obedient to it, and I still am. But the way that we dress is a protection for us in a world like this. And I always will I'm always asking, you a nun? No, I'm a Muslim. I want a husband. I don't want to be without a man, okay? And people laugh at me like, okay. But this is a protection for us. In a world like this, I'm walking down the street, don't bother me. Honestly, you address this, we are respected when we go out. It's a protection for us in the covering. I've been told that we won't always dress like this, but in this wicked world, in this time that we are in, it's for our best that we dress like this. And believe it or not, a lot of us uncover because we seek attention, because of low self-esteem issues that we have as black women. We were made to think that we were ugly. We were made to think, you know, because of the quote-unquote looking at the Caucasian woman for so many years, you know, we think that that's the standard of beauty. I was taught that she is not our standard of beauty. The black woman is. The way Allah made us is the way He wants us to be. So we want to show just that part. So when I dress like this and a man approach me, you're not going to get acquainted with anything on me but my mind. That's the only thing you see. So when I speak, you're going to know who I represent. But first of all, you're going to know who I represent, the way I'm dressed. And when I speak, you're going to pay attention to what I'm saying, not the cleavage, not the, you know, because we're built, brother. We got it going on. So we cover that up. We want to elevate the black man. We want to bring the man up. Look at me up here. Look at me down here. So that's part of that. That's my explanation. And anybody else want to speak on it?
And just as you were ending, that's exactly what went through my mind. It's also protection for the male. I mean, God created a nature between the man and the woman to attract to one another. And I don't care how good the man is. I don't care how righteous he is, how strong he is. When he's presented with the form, eyes follow motion. If it's, you got a little bitty skirt on and it's jiggling up and down, he can't help but look.
He
might even want to do better. Right. He might even want to do better, but it's difficult, and we might sit up and say, well, he should be stronger. That's ridiculous. God did not make us that way, so it's a protection for both of us, the male and the female. And as Sister Stephanie said, it gets respect. There's nowhere that I go that I'm not respected, as long as I'm like this. And of course, we do have the esteem issues, but we feel like queens when we dress up. I don't know about everybody else, but as soon as I put on my garment, I feel just, there's nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking for men, I'm reminded of the movie Color Purple. And people really hated the role that Danny Glover played, so much that they even hated him in another movie. But it was showing what the black man was made out of, coming out of slavery.
Yes, sir.
And it's turned us into savages and like dogs.
Yes.
So, it's become a custom now. The man, what's up, my dog?
Yes.
Now, I remember when the B word was offensive to the woman, now she's a real B.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's what they call it on TV, because our mind has been altered, has been changed. So we don't look at ourselves as gods anymore. We look at ourselves as dogs. And we act like dogs now.
Yes,
and we treat our women that way. So we thank Allah for us coming and raising up from among us a messenger.
Yes.
And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to put us in these classes to civilize us.
Yes.
It's a process now.
Yes.
Don't get us wrong now. It's a process.
Yes,
But
sir.
in talking about the women in the Nation of Islam, many people like to know. Now, Islam is on trial all around the world.
Yes.
CNN, Fox News, and news media are trying to define Islam for the world, but they can't define Islam. How does the woman represent the Nation of Islam? The NGT, what is her role in the Nation of Islam, and how does she represent the Nation of Islam?
Can I put it in this? A nation can rise no higher than its woman. We are put up high, women of the Nation of Islam. Our place is right there after the Creator. If it was not after God, we are the only ones that can create. We are that. And our place in the structure of the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we can do anything and excel in any profession, any area that we want to as women. But the main place that we have was our home, is our base. And I want to get on this because a lot of us have been taken out of our home, Brother James. And a lot of the ills and a lot of things in society is because mother is gone. Mother has to work. Mother has a lot to do out here to provide for her family, and I understand that. But mother's place is at home. And we have to make sure we focus back in our base. We are put, a nation can rise no higher than its woman. And to me, that's not just a cliche, it's more to that. Because if the woman rises, then the children, we teach a nation. The man teach an individual, so the more that we rise and we know ourselves and we come into the knowledge of God, the babies will come along. So a lot of this that we see, it'll clean up overnight. But that's 75% of the work. I say it's the solution is the woman. So we are in our house.